Hiya! Welcome to this special vlog. Inspired by a conversation that me and my dad had a couple of weeks ago, where I was going on about, oh, you know, if you could play one role in West End, what would it be, and all this, and it turned into like, you know, if I could record my own album, what kind of songs would be on it? You know, would there be any duets, etc., etc. And it kind of got me thinking, because it's never going to happen, because, well, it's not. Apparently I can sing. I think, as I've said in other vlogs, my singing teacher said I can sing, and people who've heard me sing have said I can sing, but I kind of can't get that, if you know what I mean. I can if other people are out of tune or stuff, I'm the first one to get up and judge and say you're crap. But when it comes to myself, I kind of assume that I can't sing, but apparently I can. No idea. But if one day, you know, if I had a load of money and nothing better to do, and I got the chance to record my own album, I think it'd be called something like, quite like to call it Small Town Voice, because obviously I'm from a small town and I have a voice, but I'm very proud of where I'm from. A lot of people kind of diss the West Midlands, and oh, Dudley's thick and all this, which granted, some people in Dudley are thick, but no thicker than anywhere else in the country. But I'm very proud of where I'm from. I might not have the best accent, but like my family are from around here, and they always have been. So I'm very proud of like my Midlands roots and stuff. So I think if like my album was called Small Town Voice, it'd be kind of a sticking a thumbs up to the fact that I am from a small town, and I have got a voice. I use it quite a lot. Sometimes to insult people, sometimes to say things that people don't agree with, but you either like it or love it. So I think it'd be called Small Town Voice. And I was thinking about like what kind of songs I'd put on it, and they're all going to be musical theatre blatantly, because to be honest, there's not much apart from musical theatre that I like to listen to. I like jazz and blues and stuff, but I don't like any chart stuff. Just think it's crap. So it would all be musical theatre songs. That kind of goes without saying. And the first song I'd do would be Whistle Down the Wind, from Whistle Down the Wind. It's one of the first songs I learnt to sing when I started having singing lessons, and I just think it's a really nice song. And the character of Swallow is quite... Okay, we had Matthew last week. That's one of my other cats. Magic. Hello? I don't think I'm ever going to do a vlog again where there's not a cat in the background, but yes, that's Magic. Yeah, so there'd be Whistle Down the Wind, I think would be the first one, just because, as I said, it's a really nice song, and it's a show I've seen a few times, and I'd like to have a go at recording it. And I say it's the first song I learnt to sing. The second song would be the title song from a Sondheim musical called Into the Woods. I love Stephen Sondheim. He's probably my favourite composer, and I love Into the Woods. I went to see it at Regent's Park this summer and absolutely loved it. So the second song would be Into the Woods. Third song would be probably Not While I'm Around, from Sweeney Todd, which is again a Stephen Sondheim musical. Again, it's sung by a man, well, a male child in the show, but there's no reason why I couldn't sing it. So number 4 would be a song called Suddenly Seymour, from Little Shop of Horrors, which would be a duet with Michael Ball. If there's one character that I long to play, it's Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors, Audrey 1, not Audrey 2. I love the character. I just think she's absolutely hysterical, and she's got some really nice songs to sing. And given that they make out that she's thick and blonde and all this, you know, bubbly airhead, she actually sings quite a lot of meaningful songs. And I would love to play Audrey at some point. So, and obviously I'd duet with Michael Ball, because the man's a legend. Say what you will about him, say he's cheesy or say whatever you want, the man is a legend. I've met him a couple of times, and he's so nice, and he's got an amazing voice, and he's a brilliant performer. So I think Suddenly Seymour would be a quite funny one to do with him. Song number 5 would be another song from Little Shop of Horrors called Somewhere That's Green, which is kind of the big standalone Audrey song, which again I just think is hysterical. And I just love the song, so I would sing that. Would probably be on my album as well. Number 6 would be a song called So Close from Enchanted, which is on John Barrowman's album. which he duetted with Jodie Prenger. I'd just kick Jodie out and I'd do it because John Barrowman's a legend and I quite like the song. It's about as deep as my meaning, you know, my meanings for that song go. Number 7 would be Last Night of the World from Miss Saigon, which would be a duet with Ramin Karimloo, or Ramin Karimloo as apparently it's called, but I apparently mashed up the pronunciation. I wasn't going to go through an album without having a duet with Ramin, who I've said before I think is the finest West End performer we've got. And Last Night of the World, again, I just think it's a beautiful song. I haven't actually seen Miss Saigon, so I don't quite know the context of the way it sits in the show, but it's a nice song. It's got a nice tune, it's got nice lyrics, so that'll do me. Number 8 would be, it'd be another duet with Ramin, and it'd be Beneath the Moonlit Sky from Love Never Dies, because basically it's pornographic. It's quite, you know, it's quite an emotive song, and I've obviously seen Ramin. I've obviously seen Ramin perform it, and just loved it. I'd love it. I would love to sing that with him, for no other reason other than I'm shallow, and it's pornographic. And if he was singing that stuff at me, I quite frankly think I'd fall off the chair or fall over or be sick or pee myself or one of the all four. But no, seriously, Ramin has got an incredible voice, and to sing with him would just be, I can't even explain what it'd mean. Oh my god, I'd be no good to anybody for a week afterwards, but I'd enjoy myself. So, number 9 would be Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better, which, without checking, I think it's from Annie Get Your Gun. It might not be, I might be wrong. That'd be a duet with a good friend of mine called Steve Fortune, who is a performer, who I just, he's a really, really genuinely nice bloke, and a really good performer, and Anything You Can Do is quite a fun song, so I'd quite like to sing that with him. Number 10 would be Memory, but I would do it as a duet, and I'd do it with Ruthie Henshaw. Again, if I ever got to sing with Ruthie, I'd be no good to anybody, but I'd enjoy myself. Number 11 would be Anthem from Chess. Now, given what I said about the performance of Chess that I saw the other week, kind of surprised that I chose it, but I still like the song. They might have completely hashed it up in the tour that's going around at the moment, but it doesn't stop it being a good song. And it's got some really strong lyrics and a really good melody to it, so I would do Anthem. Number 12 would be a song called Prayer, and that again would be a duet with Josh Groban, who I'm a massive fan of. And again, for nothing other than he's shallow and I like the song, so I'd sing it. Number 13 would be All I Ask of You from Phantom of the Opera, and that would be a duet with Ramin again. Again, I mean, because I've only ever seen him play the Phantom, both in Phantom of the Opera and Love Never Dies. I'd never saw him play Raoul. And they get to snog at the end, so I'm not going to pretend there's anything more than I like the song and you get to snog at the end. Number 14 would be As Long As He Needs Me from Oliver. Again, Nancy and Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors are the two characters that I would give my hind teeth to play. I love the character of Nancy. I think she's so strong, and granted she gets walloped over the head and killed by Bill in the end, but before all that she's got some really good moments, and she looks after Oliver and kind of gives as good as she gets from Fagin, so I would love to have a go at playing singing As Long As He Needs Me. And then number 15, I've had to limit myself to 15 because I could quite frankly go on forever. Number 15 would be Bring Him Home from Les Miserables. Now, I know it's sang by a male voice, and he does talk about being a father or something in it, but you could change it. But it's a high song for any male to sing, but it sits right in the middle of my range. So I sing along fairly frequently to John Owen Jones singing it in my car. And I don't think there's any reason why, you know, if the song's taken out of the context of the show and just put onto an album or put into a concert, I don't see anything wrong with different, you know, male singing female songs, female singing male songs, if you can change the lyrics so that it's not strange. So I think like the last song on my album would be Bring Him Home, just because I've got quite a connection with Les Mis. I've seen it. It was the first show that ever kind of got me hooked, because my dad had the 10th anniversary DVD at the Albert Hall. My dad had that, and I used to sit and watch it with my dad from when I was, you know, tiny. And so kind of Les Mis was the thing that got me hooked on musicals. So I'd have to have something on from Les Mis to kind of big up the Les Mis. So I think it'd be Bring Him Home. That's about it. I mean, it sounds terribly shallow, kind of. I'd do it with him because he's handsome, you get to snog him, and him because... But all the people that I've mentioned are people that I respect massively as performers, as well as, you know, some of them are quite handsome. They're people that I respect for the choices they made in their careers and for the way that they go about their roles. So to be able to perform with those people would it would actually be a dream come true. Yeah, so that's about it. So you never know, like one day, if I ever get multi-million-pound rich, we could watch this back and see whether I actually had all their songs or not. Who knows? But yeah, I'm hoping at some point to get some of my singing on the vlogs. But I say I'm on a hiatus from singing lessons at the moment because my teacher got married and there's not really much time for her to fit lessons around. So I'm kind of in the midst of looking for somebody else. I've not had much luck. I've emailed some people and they haven't emailed me back, so that's their loss. That's about it. See you soon.